ಸೊ ನಾವು ಗುರುವಿನ ಗುಲಾಮನಾಗುವ ತನಕ ದೊರೆಯದಣ್ಣ ಮುಕುತಿ.
ಹೇ ಏನಿದು ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೃತ್ತದ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತರದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ವೃಂದದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಗುರುವಂದನ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಶಿವು ಸರ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ 60th ಇಯರ್, ಈ 60. ಸೊ 60th ಇಯರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ.
61 ವರ್ಷಗಳು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಶಾಂತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಸಸ್ ವೀಣಾ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್.
ಓಕೆ,
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್
ಟಿಲ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂ ಬಂದ್ರಾ?
ಸೊ ವೈಲ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, I had another personal message sent from one of my managers right now. He heads a business unit in Torrey Harris Business Solutions. In Torrey Harris, we are not allowed to take freshers outside. They have a policy of having boot campers, that's what they call them. So they go to colleges, hire people, train them for a solid 6 months, and they take people as boot campers who start project. I kindly request both of you to please sit down. So, but when there are projects that is just about to start, they are not able to use those boot campers, like they very rightly said, they are still very raw. So what we decide is, my manager always tells, okay, see if we can hire somebody from Uttara so that we can really have them productive from day one. So here's a message from him. Uttara has always helped us to find right answers when we need them. Uttara has always helped us to find the right answers when we need them in the need of a right talent. We are extremely pleased with the quality of people from the institute, and we are proud to say that people inducted from Uttara have occupied some key positions in our organization. Please keep up the good work. So we've seen what Shivu sir was as a brother, as a teacher, as a student. So we would like to know what he is in other roles of his life. So we would cordially invite his daughter to please come on stage and share her experiences with him. We welcome Chandini to please speak few words.
Hello all. Good morning. So we are all like a very low profile people. ನಮಗೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ಯೋಚನೆನೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮನೇಲಿದ್ದರೆ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಎಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ 12 in the night. ಅವಾಗ ವೈಡ್ ಅವೇಕ್ ಆಗಿರೋರು ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ, ಬೆಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ we as a family have thrown our dad. So as students, you have all taken it up on yourselves to celebrate his birthday in such a grand manner. For that, I am feeling very overwhelmed and emotional. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to wish my dad happy birthday. Yay, 60. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ, ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಇರೋದು, ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ಹೋಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಥರೋ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸು ಹೇಳೋರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ, ನೋಡಿ ನೀನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅವತ್ತು ಓದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ. ಅದು ಅವತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೋದು, ಫುಲ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು, ಏನೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಕು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿವಸ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಹತ್ರ. ಅವಾಗ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋರು ನನ್ನ ಡೌಟ್ನ ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು, ನಿಂಗೆ ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಅವತ್ತು ಓದೋಕೆ ಏನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು. ಓ, ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಅವತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಮುಂಚೆ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾನು ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಅವತ್ತು ಓದಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೋ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಫಾದರ್ಸ್ ಫುಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರೇ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳೋದು, ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅವ್ರು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಥರೋ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹ್ಯಾವೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಥರೋ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಎನಿವೇ, ಅದು ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದ ವೇ ಹಿ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಸ್ಸು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಹೊಸ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಸೂಟಿಗೆ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಪ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್, ಹಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದಟ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಂ ಇದೇ ತೊಗೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಲಿವ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೂಗಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಕೀಪ್ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸಪರೇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ದಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್, ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋ ಬೈ ವಾಟ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಸೇ. ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿನೇ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಥರ. ಅದು ಭಯ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಥರ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಅಪ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಿರೋದು, ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಲೈಕ್ ನಂಗೆ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳೋರು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿದ್ವಿ, ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂಗೀತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಗಂಡು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಸಿರೋರು. ಆವಾಗ ಏನಂದರೆ ಇವು ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಡ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ವೇಸ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಡೋರು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಕಿಟಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಲಿಯೋರಂತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಜಮಾನ ಮಾತಾಯಿತು. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು, ಆಯಿತಾ, ಅವಳು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ತುಂಬ ದಪ್ಪ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕ್ರೇನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಬೇಕು, ಆ ಥರ ಇತ್ತು ಬುಕ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಆ ಬುಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ಓದೋರು, ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಓನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ನನಗೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಲೇರಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಟು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಸೊ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟಾಟ್ ಮೀ ಅ ಲಾಟ್, ಯುನೋ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಯುನೋ ಡಾಟರ್ ಥರ. ಲೈಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಟಾಟ್ ಮೀ ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಶಾಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೇನು ಅಂದರೆ, ದೋ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್, ನಂಗೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಮಿನಿ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗವಾಗ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಂಬೈಬ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೀ, ಐ ಗೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ವಿಶ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಬರ್ಡೇ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ 60 years ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮೋರ್. ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ, ಲೈಫನ್ನ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡು, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡು, ಯುನೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪೋಕರ್ ಗೇಮ್, ಯುನೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡು, ಪೋಕರ್ ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ತುಂಬ ಥರೋವಾಗಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ be always young at heart, because age is only a number. And please be always an inspiration to everybody. So thank you. Love you.
Thanks a lot, Chandani. So there are few other messages that's been passed. This is from Supreet Gurraj. He is currently in the UK. I joined Uttara in my 6th semester, but for the good 2 to 3 years, even before that, I had heard from my hostel mates doing everything they possibly could do to register at Uttara for a limited seats available. I could finally understand what my hostel mates and why they were so motivated once I joined. But by the time I made it to Uttara, the only classes we could attend were the doubt classes because the live classes were no more. But hearing to the cassettes really got us engrossed in so much that we felt like we were in the class. The best thing about going to Uttara was it never felt like a burden to learn. It was so much fun, listening to cassettes in a day, learning the concepts, enjoyed the odd tea breaks. Those days we used to get half tea for ₹2. Not to mention the churmuri and nippat breaks in the evening. And some of us even spent so many nights working on programs till 2 to 3 in the night and then sleep on the floor, mat, bed sheets and pillows of the many mortals who had done their hard yards in Uttara lab were available to be used. The excuses we used to give to Anappa to get date extension, the OLTP project, Unix manuals, the Richard Stevens networking book, it makes me nostalgic and gives me goosebumps even today. It's been 12 years now and it still feels like yesterday. The memories from Uttara will ever stay fresh in my mind and I will cherish them forever. Uttara is just not an institute where we learned C and Unix. It's a place which gave so many of us hope, an opportunity to fulfill our dreams irrespective of the educational background we were from. The confidence to rule the world. When it comes to programming, a solid foundation which so many of us have built successful careers upon. I sincerely and truly thank Shastri sir for having conceptualized the wonderful and effective way of teaching us what concepts are. So we have few offline messages and videos as well. So I kindly request you to please play the videos.
I got introduced to Uttara computers in the year 88 and 89. So when I come to Bangalore, that was the only place which was available for all of us to get trained professionally. So when we passed out of the college, the very first place that we used to enter is Uttara. Those days, it is a community. All the people, the software engineers, it's a community for us. That is how I got introduced to Uttara. After that, I moved on in my life. I worked for various IT organizations. And the moment, whenever we interview people, when people say that they pass out from Uttara, most of our headache is solved. That's one thing which we can always count on about Uttara is the quality of the professionals which is produced for an IT industry. One of the biggest contribution of Uttara computers today for the Bangalore is a quality of IT professionals for various industries. It is not only in terms of one industry, whether it is a telecom, whether it is a financial, take off any of the verticals in the computer industry today, you can find Uttara computers people trained in those organizations.
I would like to begin by thanking all of you from the bottom of my heart for arranging such a beautiful function. I would really like to thank and commend Uttara Alumni on making such beautiful arrangements. I'm sure it must have taken a lot of effort from your side for doing so. So I would like to thank you for doing that. So my dad has always been passionate about teaching. So I believe he began with 5 students, I think, and today the entire student body has grown to 25,000 people. And though it would sound like bragging, I would like to say that I'm really proud of my dad today, and I feel really happy, and it's been a great pleasure and honor for me to be part of this occasion. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Gaurav, Shastri sir's son-in-law and Saudamini's husband. I've known Uncle for more than 8 years now, and I've probably known Uttara for longer than that. That's because even before I met Uncle, Saudamini had told me all about Uttara. She had told me about this place where engineers and engineering students would go at any time they want and put on their headphones and listen to his lectures to improve their engineering skills. So initially I couldn't believe that such a place could exist, and it sounded like something out of a sci-fi movie. And but the concept was so simple, and yet I think at the time no one else had thought of doing something like this. It was many years later, I think almost 5 or 6 years later, that I actually visited Uttara, the office, and I saw for myself that it was real. So anyway, I must congratulate both uncle and auntie for this great achievement. 25 years is no small time to run a school, and successfully, and it's only because of both their hard work and perseverance that this has been possible. I mean, uncle is probably the only person whom I know who enjoys going to work so much that he goes voluntarily on Sunday, and that two times a day, morning and evening. So it's really something to be proud about, and I'm very proud to be a part of this family. And again, congrats auntie and uncle, and all the best, and hope you can change the lives of hundreds and thousands of students in the years to come.
ನಾನು ಶಿವುಗೆ ಅತ್ತಿಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಲಲಿತಾ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಶಿವನ್ ಕರೆಯೋದು, ಅವ್ರು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರೀ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅಂತಲೇ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಶಿವು ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಶಿವು ಉತ್ತರ ಅಂದರೆ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಮಸ್. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಅಮೇರಿಕಾಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೈದ್ನ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿದ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಅವರು, ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಉತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರೋ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿವುಗೆ ಫೆಲಿಸಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ಥರ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಪಡೆದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಲಕ್ಕಿಗಳು, ಆ ಥರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪಡೆದ ಈ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಲಕ್ಕಿಗಳು. ಭಾಳ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ. ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ದಿನ ಇದು, ಭಾಳ ಮೆಮೊರಬಲ್ ಡೇ ಇದು.
ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಜೀವನ. ಉತ್ತರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಆದರೆ ಇಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಬೆಸುಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಊರು. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳ ಊರಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ ಕೂಡ. ಅಗಾಧವಾದ ಪಾಂಡಿತ್ಯವನ್ನು, ಅಗಾಧವಾದ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು, ಮೇಧಾವಿತನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಂಥ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಜೀವನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕಲಿತು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೇಕು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಚಾರ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಂದ ತಿಳಿದು ಬಂತು. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕರು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅನೇಕರು ಬಂದು ಸಲಹೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಉತ್ತರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾವ BE ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಅವ್ರು ಕಲ್ತ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ BE ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತಿರೋದು, ಗೌರವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ನನಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ನಮನವನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಶಾಲಾ ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಶಿವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ವಿದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಖಂಡಿತ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. 1990ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಆರಂಭವಾಯಿತು. ಉತ್ತರ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವರು ಅವರ ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, 25 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆದರು. ಅಂದರೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶಿವು ಅವರನ್ನು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ನನಗೂ ಈಗ ಮೈ ನೆವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮಂತಹ 100 ಮಂದಿ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು ಅವರ ಹಿಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನಮಗೂ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಉತ್ತರದ 25ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ಸವದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಶುಭ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿವು ಮತ್ತು ಕುಟುಂಬದವರಿಗೆ, ಸತೀಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕುಟುಂಬದವರಿಗೆ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಆಶಯಗಳು. 100 ವರ್ಷ ಹೀಗೆ ಅವರ ಕೈಂಕರ್ಯ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಮುಂದುವರಿಲಿ.
Hello everybody, my name is Saudamini and I am Shastri sir's other daughter. I'm very excited to be a part of this video. I'm sure it will be a surprise to him. I would like to congratulate Addy. Addy, you're the most intelligent man I have ever met. You're also the most adventurous because you took a chance on yourself, you believed in yourself and you started Uttara, which has to be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And I would like to congratulate Uttara as well because she has many kind and thoughtful students who have organized this function for her birthday, and it's very nice of you guys and I would like to thank you for this. I feel very left out actually because I'm not a computer science person. I'm a doctor and I've always felt left out of this gang. And funnily enough, it was my father's dream to become a doctor. Thank God that dream did not come true or we would not be here today. As I have grown watching Uttara grow alongside me, I have always been proud of her and of what she has stood for, which is basically a group of hardworking individuals coming together for learning, just for learning. And in this process, they have brought out the best possible versions of themselves. So thank you Uttara for bringing out the best teacher, the best entrepreneur in my father, the best homemaker, the best manager in my mother, and all these bright students whom my father is very proud of. I wish that many of us take up teaching and bring about these best versions of ourselves. Good luck to everybody and cheers. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Keshava. I am Shastri sir's son-in-law. I wish to start by saying very big thank you to the organizing committee for organizing this wonderful event. My first brush with Uttara was started in the year 99-2000 when some of my friends joined this course. But at that time, I never anticipated or dreamt that I will be closely associated in this way with Uttara. Over the past 2 years that I have been closely associated with Uttara, I have seen the way my father-in-law is passionate about the institute, the course, and of course his students. Also, my little bit of interaction with a few of you alumni has shown me that all of you are very passionate about this course as well as with this institute. I want to end by by saying that I want to wish to congratulate Uttara for completing its 25 years, and I wish that Uttara goes to much greater heights in the coming years.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ವೀಣಾ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರ ವೈಫು. ಉತ್ತರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್, challenges and to your questions. Uttara means respect, happiness and pride. Uttara has changed our life in all respects. We have earned the gratitude of many students, which is priceless. Uttara means bold and strong.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವರು ಜಾಬನ್ನು ಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೂ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ತುಂಬಾ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಇದು ಉತ್ತರ ಬಿಸಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಆ ಆಫೀಸ್ನ ಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ವೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸೈಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರೀಸು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಆಫೀಸಿಂದ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸು, ವೀಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ಸು, ಅಮ್ಯೂಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಬಂತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರೇ ಪಾಡವಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು, ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೆ. Looking back, I thought, was it worth? Because I had to make a few sacrifices. But now we have the respect of so many students, and he has fulfilled his passion. ಸರ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ. ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳೋರವರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೈವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚಾರನೂ ಹೇಳೋರು. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರಂತೂ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೊಗಳಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಮೆಲುಕು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚಾರನೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಮನೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು. ಸರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಸ್ ಇನ್ನೋಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಹಿಸ್ ಜನರಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟಿ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದಂತೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. Sir is proud of his students. Please continue keeping in touch with him. So many of his students are better than him. That is the happiest thing. Please grow more. Best of luck.
ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಇರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೃಂದದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ MLS ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗುರುವಂದನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ.
What I would be reading here is just a summary of whatever everybody spoke till now. So just to summarize, Agnanam timirandasya gnananjana shalakaya chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪಾತ್ರರಾದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ 25,000 ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾನ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಹಾಗೂ ನೀವು 60 ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿರುವ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಲು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದ ಮತ್ತೂರಿನ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಂತಹ ಅಂದಿನ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಪಟ್ಟಣದಿಂದ ಬಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಅಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆ, ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿ ಹಾಗೂ ತೀಕ್ಷ್ಣಮತಿತ್ವ. ಪ್ರವಚನ ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧರಾಗಿ ಭಾರತ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನದ ಮೂಲ ಪುರುಷರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಮತ್ತೂರು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕೇಶವ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರತ್ನಮ್ಮನವರ ಸುಪುತ್ರರಾದ ನೀವು ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ತಮ್ಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ತಂದೆಯವರಿಂದ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ, ಗಣಿತ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿತಿರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಮನಗಂಡ ಶಾಲಾ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು 1ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ಬದಲಾಗಿ 4ನೇ ತರಗತಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟರು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಬಲ್ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ಗಳ ಯಶೋಗಾಥೆ. 12-13ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅಂದಿನ SSLC, ಹಲವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳು, ಹಿಂದಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ಅಂಕಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯೂ PUCಯಲ್ಲಿ 6ನೇ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ IIT ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಕೈಗೊಂಡು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಅಂಕಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ BTech ಪದವಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದರೂ ಅಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಟೋಮೇಷನ್ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಟಾ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ME ಪದವಿ ಪಡೆದಿರಿ. ಅನ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಿಂದ MEಗೆ ಸೇರಬಂದವರಿಗೆ ಆಟೋಮೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಸೀಟ್. ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸೀಟನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪಡೆದಿರಿ ಎಂಬುದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಛಲ, ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿ, ಗ್ರಹಣ ಶಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಕಷ. ಎಮ್ಮಿಯನ್ನು 4ಕ್ಕೆ 4 ಅಂಕಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತೀರ್ಣರಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಗ್ಗಳಿಕೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಎಂಬ ಶಬ್ದವೇ ಅಪರಿಚಿತವಾಗಿದ್ದ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿದ್ದ ಕಾಲ ಅದು. ಹಲವು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉನ್ನತ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯುತ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಕೆಲಕಾಲ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದಿರಿ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರು ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಭಾಷಣಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜನರನ್ನು ಆಕರ್ಷಿಸಲು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಂತೆಯೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಎಂದು ಮುದ್ರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದುದು ನೆನಪಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಮುಂದುವರೆದಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಂತಹ ಬೃಹತ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೆಂತಹ ಉನ್ನತ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದಿತ್ತೋ ಯಾರು ಬಲ್ಲರು. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿನ ತುಡಿತವೇ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೃಜನಶೀಲ ಮನಸ್ಸು, ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಕ ಯುವತಿಯರು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಪಡೆಯಲೆಂಬ ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆ, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯವಾಗಬಹುದು ಎಂಬ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಇತರರಿಗಿಂತ ಭಿನ್ನವಾದುದು ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕೆಂಬ ಗುರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಅದಮ್ಯವಾದ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿನ ಗುರು ಉತ್ತರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಲು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಾಯಿತು. ಸಣ್ಣ ಮನೆಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭಗೊಂಡ ಇದು 25,000 ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅವರ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿದೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂದು ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯುತ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣರು ನೀವೇ. ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣತೆ ಇರಬೇಕೆಂಬ ಛಲ ನಿಮ್ಮದು. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ನ ಅತಿ ಕಠಿಣ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಸರಳಗೊಳಿಸಿ ತಿಳಿಸಬಲ್ಲ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಉದಾಹರಣಾ ಸಹಿತವಾದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೋಧನಾ ಕ್ರಮ ಅತಿ ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೋಧಕರಿಗೆ ಮಾದರಿಯಾದದ್ದು. ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾನವೇ ಗುರಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಉತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಯದ ಮಿತಿಯಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲಿಯುವವರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಸದಾ ತೆರೆದ ಬಾಗಿಲು. ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರದ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಬೀಗವನ್ನು ಕಂಡದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ದಿನ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಗೃಹ ಪ್ರವೇಶದಂದು, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಒತ್ತಾಯದ ಮೇರೆಗೆ. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದ್ಧತೆಯನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನೇ ಸೇರಿದ್ದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ರೂಪುಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಉತ್ತರದ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ಸಹಸ್ರಾರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನೇ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನರ ಜೀವನದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತಾ ಅರ್ಪಣೆಯೇ ಉತ್ತರ. ಆದರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಎಂದೂ ಏನನ್ನೂ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿಸದೆ ಕರ್ಮಣ್ಯೇವಾಧಿಕಾರಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾ ಫಲೇಶು ಕದಾಚನ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಡತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮಪತ್ನಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ವೀಣಾ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಚಾಂದಿನಿ ಕೇಶವ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೌದಾಮಿನಿ ಗೌರವ್ ಇವರುಗಳ ಬೆಂಬಲವೂ ಸೇರಿದೆ. ನೀವು 60 ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿರುವ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 100 ವಸಂತಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಣುವಂತಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬವೆಲ್ಲ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣಲಿ, ಉತ್ತರ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಹಸ್ರಾರು ಬಾಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಲಿ ಎಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾದ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಂತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಗಾರ್ಲೆಂಡ್. 60 ಸರ್ 60 years.
ವಿವರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅಥವಾ ದುರಹಂಕಾರ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬದಿಗಿಟ್ಟು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಶರಣಾಗತರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕನಕದಾಸರು ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವರು ಹರಿನಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏಸು ಕಾಲಗಳ ಕಳೆದು 84 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜೀವರಾಶಿಯನ್ನು ದಾಟಿ ಬಂದ ಈ ಶರೀರ. ಏಸು ಕಾಲಗಳ ಕಳೆದು 84 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜೀವರಾಶಿಯನ್ನು ದಾಟಿ ಬಂದ ಈ ಶರೀರ. ತಾನಲ್ಲ ತನ್ನದಲ್ಲ, ತಾನಲ್ಲ ತನ್ನದಲ್ಲ, ಆಸೆ ತರವಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಾಹೋದಲ್ಲ. ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು. ಆಶಾ ಕ್ಲೇಶ ದೋಷವೆಂಬ ಅಬ್ದಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಮುಳುಗಿ ಯಮನ ಪಾಶಕ್ಕೊಳಗಾಗದೆ ನಿರ್ದೋಷಿಯಾಗು, ಸಂತೋಷಿಯಾಗು. ಆಶಾ ಕ್ಲೇಶ ದೋಷವೆಂಬ ಅಬ್ದಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಮುಳುಗಿ ಯಮನ ಪಾಶಕ್ಕೊಳಗಾಗದೆ ನಿರ್ದೋಷಿಯಾಗು, ಸಂತೋಷಿಯಾಗು. ಕಾಶಿ ವಾರಣಾಸಿ ಕಂಚಿ ಕಾಳ ಅಸ್ಥಿ ರಾಮೇಶ್ವರ ಏಸು ದೇಶ ತಿರುಗಿದರು ಬಾಹೋದೇನು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೇನು. ದೋಷನಾಶ ಕೃಷ್ಣವೇಣಿ ಗಂಗೆ ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಭವನಾಶಿ ತುಂಗಭದ್ರೆ ಯಮುನೆ ವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಸಲಾಗಿ ನಿಂದು ಜಪ ತಪ ಹೋಮ ನೇಮಗಳ ಏಸು ಬಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದರು ಫಲವೇನು, ಈ ಛಲವೇನು. ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು. ಅಂದಿಗೂ ಇಂದಿಗೂ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಮಲೇಶನನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬಾರಿ ಅರುಹಿಂದ ನೆನೆಯಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮನದಣಿಯಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದಿಗೂ ಇಂದಿಗೂ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಮಲೇಶನನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬಾರಿ ಅರುಹಿಂದ ನೆನೆಯಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮನದಣಿಯಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಂದು ಬಂದು ಭ್ರಮೆಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಯಾಮೋಹಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ನೊಂದು ಬೆಂದು ಒಂದರಿಂದ ಉಳಿಯಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದ ಕಳೆಯಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಂದೇಹವ ಮಾಡದಿರು ಅರಿವು ಎಂಬ ದೀಪ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂದು ಕಂಡ್ಯ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿಂಡಾಂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂಡ. ಇಂದು ಹರಿಯ ಧ್ಯಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರಿವೆ ಕದಿ ಮುಕುಂದನಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಡು ಕಂಡ್ಯ, ನೀ ನೋಡು ಕಂಡ್ಯ. ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು. 100 ಬಾರಿ ಶರಣು ಮಾಡಿ ನೀರ ಮುಳುಗಲ್ಯಾಕೆ ಪರನಾರಿಯರ ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರಿಯ ಮಾಡಿದಿ, ಮನಸೆರೆಯ ಮಾಡಿದಿ. ಸೋರೆಯೋಳು ಸೂರೆ ತುಂಬಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೂವಿನ ಆರಗಿರು ಗಂಧ ಅಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಹರಿಸಿದಂತೆ ನೀ ಮೆರೆಸಿದಂತೆ. ಗಾರುಡಿಯ ಮಾತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ಪಿಡಿದು ಸಾರಿ ಸೂರಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಶಮನದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುಮನದಿಂದ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಅಚ್ಯುತಾನಂತಾದಿ ಕೇಶವನ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಅಚ್ಯುತಾನಂತಾದಿ ಕೇಶವನ ಸಾರಾಮೃತವನುಂಡು ಸುಖಿಸೋ ಲಂಡ ಜೀವವೇ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬಂಡ ಜೀವವೇ. ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು, ದಾಸನಾಗು ವಿಶೇಷನಾಗು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಕೈಲಾಶ್. ಇದೇನಿದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಯಾಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೆ? ಹೇ ಖತರ್ನಾಕ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಶಾಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಟ್?
ಸರ್, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ಸ್ ನೌ.
It's a good chance for people who are not from the IT industry to see what we find in him. A chance for the audio batch people to see the live batch.
I was wondering, there's something, little thing that I know how to teach C and Unix, and they didn't give me an opportunity at all so far. I drank 4 bottles of water, keeping my throat wet. They didn't call me. Finally, they have called me anyway. What is the topic, Sri? What was our topic yesterday?
If
what
you
are the
ask us, we will have hundreds. So
Pointers.
Yes.
Sir, you were
The pointers, I think, is one of the easiest things to learn. Actually, people think that pointers is the most difficult aspect. Hello? Hello? Yeah, they think it is the most. I'll explain. I will try to explain to my, I don't know the word in English, bigru. Bigru. They are not my in-laws, my daughter's in-laws. Sir. My in-laws are there. So, I'm just thinking that I'll try to explain what is a pointer to them. See, that is. Now, one thing we have not, for the past, I don't know, hundreds of years, we not got out of that von Neumann concept of computers, which actually what is known as a stored program computer. Everything that we have is a stored program. Program has to be stored there in memory, some kind of memory. And we have one processing unit, what we call central processing unit, whatever you call it, has to fetch and execute at those instructions. So if you look at any device, whether it is a computer or your mobile or even this, I suppose, will have one central processing unit, which basically fetching, decoding and executing a series of instructions, which of course has to belong to that instruction set of that CPU. Every CPU is capable of executing one set of instructions, and these can only be those instructions and nothing else, correct, no? And as programmers, what are we doing? We are developing those instructions, but we can't get down to that low level of CPU, so we develop it at a much higher language like C or Java or C++ or whatever. So what we do as programmers, we write a program in a higher level language, and we have a compiler which translates that program, whatever we write, into that machine instruction or CPU instructions, which the CPU is executing. And what are these instructions doing? They have to operate on some data, so they're actually fetching and maybe reading or writing or modifying, accessing some data. And to access data, this instruction must contain the address of that data. We understand that's where the pointer concept comes. Pointer is an address. And here every instruction which needs to access data has to contain the address of that data, right? Now, if obviously the instruction itself is generated by the compiler that we know, which means the compiler knew the address of the data. That's how it could generate those instructions, right? That's how all the languages still C work, like Fortran or Pascal or Basic or all those languages, where the compiler had to know the address of every data. I had to know the name of every student who joined Uttara earlier, right? I mean, I have to collect fees, right? So, same way compilers had to know the address of every one of the data. That has to be part of that program, right? It's got to be part of the program. Whereas C changed that whole scenario saying, after all, what is this address? Address is also a data only. What we'll do, we'll store this address is another data box, another data area. And that address will be known to the compiler. So actual address of the data is not known to the compiler. We can still access it via an additional data area which contains the address of that data. That is known as a pointer. Pointer is like our finger. A finger can point to any kind of data, right? And we can talk to the data. And in fact, Brahman didn't even know I'm pointing it at my own photo or my elder brother or whoever. Whereas to the compiler, the program will simply contain the statement saying you do this or you do that and so on, right? But who's that you? You is pointed by that finger. So we set that address when the program actually runs. At different days, we can store different addresses here. The same instruction can access different kinds, different data on different. I think we repeated that whole session, I think, yesterday, right? Hey, can I have a? I want to have a glass of water. So I think she's cheating. This class I had done for the evening batch yesterday, and today she's come again and. Okay.
don't think this much of a class would be
That won't
sufficient.
be enough. It won't be enough anyway.
Or it would keep us satisfied.
Yeah, we'll keep it there. So, first, let me, this is okay, yeah. The pointer we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow evening batch. Now, what I would like to, on the outset, it's very difficult for me to speak. Just imagine, any one of you, imagine yourself in this place, now. I mean, in fact, I was just, some time back, I was sitting there, I was pinching myself saying, I'm in a dream, I'll wake up. Say, in a dream, imagining these things, these people will do, so many hands will be waving there and so on. No? So I thought I was in a dream, but then it hurt me. I didn't wake up, I mean, I'm already awake. So I'm overwhelmed. I don't know, there are no words in English or Kannada or even Sanskrit or Latin to express what I'm feeling right now. It's almost impossible. And some of the statements which are made by stalwarts like my own guru, for example, I still recall the first example that he gave me in 1969, can you imagine, 46 years back. Right? What he said, or what my brother said, the two brothers said, there is no comparison, When you are hearing this brother, he said, this is fantastic. Now, what is that boy going to do? After hearing that other one, then you realize, hey, this is good, yeah. And you forget what the other person had said earlier. No? So like that, it has become better and better and better. And what our teacher spoke also, I'm saying at that time you say, this is how it should be spoken and so on. So, now, if you have that kind of expectation, I'm very sorry to disappoint you. I can teach you pointers, but I can't teach you how to speak on a stage. It's not, because I can't speak on a stage first. I should know how to do that, which I think is that. So first aspect that I would like to congratulate this entire group and say that you have put me in a very bad position right now, but then I'm trying to get out of it. So I'll do that right now. Shortly I'm going to do that. I'll take one simple example. Some time back people are saying that, no, IIT is a very good institution. Fantastic. My brother also said that. So many people keep saying. I studied there for 10 semesters, 5 years. And what is so great about IIT? Of course, they have hundreds of acres which other colleges may not have. But other than that, the buildings there, infrastructure may be a little there. Professors are good. I admit they are good. IIT professors, I've really seen some brilliant professors there. Yeah, but then there are brilliant professors elsewhere also, who sit with a shawl, in other colleges you find brilliant professors. It's not just in IIT, So then what is so great about, you understand? And then I was analyzing that, saying, what is so great about IIT? It's not IIT. It's not the professor. It's not those hundreds of acres. It's not those buildings. It is those students. That student body when IIT was, I'm sorry, I can talk of, see, I keep switching between analogies and real life. Here, I'm actually talking of Uttara, really speaking. I'm not talking of IIT, but anyway. I'm saying, I'll keep switching. You understand how I talk, right? So, and when Uttara was started, like some of those old friends which shared their thoughts with us, I wish I had somebody from the first batch, but it doesn't matter. First batch, I think, was too raw, I mean, because I was raw, I think. After 4 or 5 batches, I stabilized in what I wanted to say. So I think that's why we have those people here. And they shared their thoughts with us. And they told us, how they were working in the lab, how they refused to come and ask me a question because their seniors could sort it out. You understand? They used to come to me only for the final. They give up like Draupadi, So Draupadi was telling Lord Krishna, boss, you finally came and saved my, whatever you call it. But I want to ask you, I want to scold you really, that half an hour that fellow was, Dushasan, was troubling on the stage. It was actually a video was going on, the stage. And billions of people were watching all over India. And half an hour you did not come. You didn't come till the last minute. Why? Then he said, one thing, you are trying to save yourself. As long as you're doing that, I won't come. Finally, when she lifted her hand and said, Krishna, if you don't come, I am God. So those students, like Nagendra, for example, they used to come to me only in that last resort, which really means that Uttara is not a Shastri. Shastri is there, yeah. I mean, Shastri has got to be there. Somebody has got to be there for the final answer. Now, Krishna is not going to come to us every day, right? So, we need him. Finally, sometime we need him. But usually, we have to carry on ourselves. And those people did that on their own. And they initiated that culture. What I say, Uttara or IIT, whatever you want to call it, IIT culture. Or here we have an Uttara culture. Uttara culture was started by those people who were there in the first few live batches. I know I cannot say instrumental. I am a sort of guiding. I won't even call it force. I was giving direction. So I helped. I know I helped. But they are the people who built that Uttara culture. How to work late, how to sleep there without paying hostel fees. Somebody came and told me, sir, I take bath only once in a week. I asked him why. He says, in this building, the Uttara building, water comes only once in a week. They lived there. I know many people who actually literally lived there for whatever period of time. In fact, some people are very unhappy when they got place, saying, oh, I got place already. I wanted to spend another 6 months here. So they used to really enjoy. So the people created that culture. They propagated that culture to the next generation of Uttara students, right? And that is Uttara. MLA Shastri is not Uttara. That is Uttara. And here we are celebrating a 25-year passage of that Uttara here, and it just makes me very happy. I mean, I think I should also sit along with you only. I'm one of you, in this celebration. I am just one of you in terms of the celebration. But in terms of the happiness, please add a sigma 1 to k. Happiness, individual persons. Sigma, you do the sigma of that and multiply by 10. That's what I'm feeling right now, And I'm really grateful to very nicely organized assembly here, and the way the whole thing was conducted, even though we did get some wrong sequence on that video, but it doesn't matter. That there are very minor hiccups, but otherwise I think that the whole thing was done very nicely. It is done for you, it is done by you, and you should take that credit of Uttara. Okay, I'll tell you in other words also why it is. Now I don't have to worry about this. Me standing here, so I'm not worried because I'm standing here only because you asked me to speak. So that is the only reason, not for any other reason. I would like to share. In fact, I would like to really take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks. Now, to whom do I thank is a question. Plus, it's not one person or one institution. It is a long journey of nearly 60 years since I have had conscious thought. First 2-3 years, you won't know what is going on anyway. So, around 60 years, I would like to share with you. And I would like to propose. Why am I doing this also is another question, because Shashi was telling me that, in this occasion, I know that all these people would make their speeches, and that is actually more than sufficient, in terms of speeches, So he said, why don't you give some advice, give advice. Yeah, but advice, I've got, see, this explicit, directed advice. Human nature, it doesn't accept, I would have done that, I didn't do it. Why? Because you told me to do it, so. Directed advice, people, the human nature, it's a very natural nature. People don't take that advice. They are like chandis, so mostly. So I thought, what I would do instead, that advice, even if I were to give an advice, how do I get that advice? Only a person who has some wisdom can give advice. And where did I get the wisdom? By my experience. Correct, no? So instead of giving a explicit direct advice, what I thought, I'll simply say, I'm not going to give you advice. Please, don't think I'm advising you at all. I'm not doing that. I simply share my experience, and that should be an implied, indirect kind of an advice if you want to take it as an advice, or you want to take it as a story of one Mr. M.L.S. Shastri, you are welcome to do that. Please take it the way you like. There is no objection to that. So that's why I decided I'll just, and it also gives me an opportunity when I'm taking the journey in the next 10, 15 minutes. I don't know how much time I have. I would better check with Arvind. Of 60 years compressed into next few minutes. I would like to do that with your permission, of course. Do I have, can we proceed or we'll come back with the question and answers? No. Okay. Now, first 8 years. So, in fact, this 60 years also is not 1, 10, 10, 10, 10. No, first I thought I'll talk about 10, 10, 10 or 20, 20, 20 and so on. Yeah, but then these years don't divide like that nicely. So first 8 years I spent in my village. They already told you what the village was like. School was like where I went to the school. First day I went to the school, my father took me there and principal, not principal, what do you call them, headmaster. Headmaster, hey, Muruga, ella manmudutta. One puska means in the first standard there used to be only one book in those days, not like that full bag. Nowadays the kids have to carry, only one book. One class in both Budiana, Erna class in both Budiana, Moon class in both Budiana and one Budidenta. Nakna class Akombudi, that was the type of village. So there I think I learned the love of mathematics. That's what my father really taught me. One subject he taught me was actually not even mathematics, you should call it arithmetic. He didn't know algebra, only arithmetic. Mathematics, that is one subject, plus a love for Sanskrit language and also for our epics like Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all those huge, unimaginable, what do you say, the creations. So, I'm very, very, very grateful to my father for giving me. Plus, of course, his DNA gave me some teaching. That is good. That's a good advantage. But then we come to the next 8 years, which I spent in Shimoga. Towards the end of that 8 years, he was there as my guru. But I have seen quite a few teachers in those days. What did I do in those 8 years? I learned the joy of learning, really speaking. Because at the young age, you won't know that studying is important. In fact, in that period, I would like to remember all my elders, all my brothers, my sisters, my uncles. They used to pat me on the back whenever I did something nice. And that encouragement, that is all that is required for me to actually learn something. I'm very deeply, I'd like to express my gratitude to all my elders in that critical period. That is a critical period, around 10 to 15 years. That's when I got that. It's not, they didn't used to buy me chocolates or something. Don't think they used to do that. But it is that encouragement, the facial encouragement that I got whenever I did something nice. And I think that is what gave me that. Somehow it convinced me that I have to learn, I have to get more marks. I mean, marks has no meaning, but whatever it is, I have to study more. So I am very grateful to them for that purpose. And towards that end of that period, I went to the next education institution, which is IIT Madras. And there I would like to really thank my mother, because 2 years earlier, I know he gave some reasons for saying he didn't go to college because he was too young. That is correct. Officially, yes. But on top of that, my mother refused to send me out of the house saying, this boy doesn't know hunger when he is hungry. She has a very simple problem. If they send the Shivu to any other place, any other town today, he will simply starve to death. Because he doesn't know how to eat, he doesn't know when to eat. He doesn't feel hunger, So she didn't send me. I would like to really thank her, saying that she didn't send me at the too engaged out of the family. She kept me in the house till I was 16. Then what IIT, like I told you, IIT is an institution. Those 10 semesters were, I think you people probably enjoyed 1 year at Uttara. Some people say, no, I was there for 1.5 years and so on. So, yeah, but you can't beat me. I was there for 5 years, 5 years in IIT. A great place. IIT Madras is a great place. They have open air theatre and you should take pillows to watch the movies there, sit in the steps and watch. Plus that sheer what do you say, the peers, the peers in the group were so, I was thinking, somebody was saying, no, he's 7th rank from some university, Madurai University or something. I also wanted to get up and say, I am 6th rank, from Mysore University. Good thing I didn't say it, I'm telling you. Then immediately I saw one other person, his name is, I think Ramakrishna or something, Ramakrishna Iyer. He said, Shastri, this fellow is saying he is 7th rank. He's an idiot to make that statement in this place. Then he called me, Shastri, come here, I'll show him. I'll show you. I didn't say I was 6th rank, luckily. Then he called him and said, this room number 101. He says, see, ranks, SSLC, you get ranks. Nowadays they don't give. PUC, you get ranks. Correct? Then they come to IIT. Number 101, 7th rank SSLC, 3rd rank PUC. Number 102, 1st rank SSLC, 2nd rank PUC. 103, first. Everybody is a double ranker. That is the kind of people who were there, and obviously they made that culture. And I'm sure these people, I'm sure Sudhir, Shivaram and other people, Ranga who spoke saying, I spent so many years in engineering and so on, they don't think it is true. They are all, they have that thought process to, guide them. Maybe sheet of paper, marks card, we're not worried about marks card, it's about the knowledge. And that IIT, I think, is the institution, one of the great institutions which I have spent time, 5 years. I learned a lot of things in addition to chemical engineering. Okay, I think it's just a continuation. IISc is another Uttara. Okay, IISc is another institution where I did my masters, and I think we combined the two as one period. That is the next 8 period. So I became 24 years old. 3 8-period groups have happened. When I was 24, I took up the first job as a software engineer. Those days, it was in 1979, so there was no C language. Ritchie was yet to design C. So. C didn't exist. Only Gary Kildall was there. CPM operating system was coming to India. India was always, in those days, from Silicon Valley to India, used to be about a 3-year gap. But nowadays, hardly 3 months, I think. But anyway, so we used to get that. And I started working in one great company, one more institution where I really learned assembly language and COBOL language was processor systems, India. Okay, that I would like to thank the people. There is nobody who represents that company here right now. I don't have anybody here with me. I'm not in touch with any of those people, but I think PSI used to be like almost like another institute. It's almost like it was like an educational institution. People used to go there and work like hell and get paid like whatever. So. Next, I changed over on pestering by one gentleman called R. Mohan. He called me so many times and said, no, you can't work there, you come here. So to the next company, that was the next institution, really, I should say, Ultra Business Machines. I remember that company for 2, 3, 4 reasons. And that's a place where I really learned more of assembly language and some new processes. And I think that's the place where I really learned C language. In fact, I still recall my first C program. One of my colleagues had to do a project in IISc. And that project was about a language called Lisp. Lisp is list processing language. It never came to India anyway, so don't worry about that. But it was in the class of Prolog and Lisp, artificial intelligence languages. So, yeah. And she was supposed to write an interpreter for that Lisp, and that interpreter had to be written in C language. Obviously, she couldn't write that, so I think I wrote most of it. But That was supposed to be done on a parallel processing machine. So parallel processing, we had not even heard of at that time. So I was very happy to. I think I learned a lot of C programming when I participated in that project of writing a parallelized Lisp interpreter in C language to run on multiple processors. Okay, so that I learned. That is one thing. Next, that company also I am grateful, and to my friend R. Mohan, who's sitting in front of me, is I think that changed my life. That next event which took place, for the next event. Then when I quit Ultra Business Machines and I was just floating around trying to do some projects here and there, I did some 1 or 2 projects which fetched me some money, some 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees. In those days was great. Yeah, but that company made 3 crores out of it, But it doesn't matter. I was happy with what I got, So that time in Chennai, I don't know Chennai or not, he can tell us, but in Chennai, there was one gentleman called M. Thanu, who was the head of Brilliant Tutorials. He had he is running one computer center in Bangalore, Cunningham Road, called Brilliant Computer Center. There they used to teach COBOL, Pascal, Basic, and all those languages and so on. There is nobody to teach Unix there. So he asked R. Mohan saying, can you suggest anybody to teach Unix, would like to start. There is no course called Unix in Bangalore. It doesn't exist. And obviously it also means there is no course for Unix in India, because Bangalore is the capital of, IT capital of India. So he says, why don't you suggest somebody? And I am eternally grateful to, I think indirectly you should also be grateful to R. Mohan for suggesting to M. Thanu that there is one MLS Shastri. I think he might be able to teach Unix, Suggested my name. That's how I got initiated into Unix teaching itself. And once you teach, one thing about teaching I loved. And in fact, some of the seniors, they were wondering when I told them, if some juniors come and ask you, you should help them, you should explain to them. So they were telling me why, I'll tell you one secret, when I learned C language properly, when I started teaching it. No jokes. It is absolute truth. I learned Unix process management only when I started teaching that. The reason is very simple. When we are learning, we are reading somebody else's thought process. That book is somebody else's thought process, correct? When you are hearing my lectures, it is my thought process. Whereas when you are teaching, it is your own thought process. So whatever knowledge that you have, the brain has to organize. The brain has to organize in a coherent way if you want to present it to somebody else. That your learning becomes better. So I told him, this fellow had got it out. He came and asked his senior saying, hey, this I don't understand at all, IPC, whatever, you can take any topic. And that fellow, I was just standing there, explained for half an hour. Correct, he's doing correct explanation. At the end of half an hour, I called this junior and asked him, did you understand anything? Nothing. Zero. No wonder. Then I called the senior and said, see, sir, now I understand what is IPC. So what you should do, my daughter used to do that when she was young. She used to catch her grandmother and say, you sit there. Now I will teach you 1, 2, 3 and so on. So what you should do, even if you are not a teacher, you're not going to be a teacher, it doesn't matter. I think you should just catch some goat, ask them to sit in front of you. You will find them, many of them you will find, no problem. If you don't find them, we imagine them. No? Ask them to sit in front of you and start teaching them. Teach them radiology. You understand? Teach them management. Teach them psychiatry. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, whatever topic which you want to learn, you teach. And that teaching organizes that brain cells in such a way. I have discovered, this is my personal discovery on cognitive learning. How, in fact, my entire course also was basically based on that similar principle, saying how your thought will go jump. When I look at somebody's face, when I crack a joke, I can see that jumping, I can see some direction in that thought process. Press upon it, as an advantage, catch it. And then you got that point across, to that other person. So That is what I have used, and that is what I have learned. Whatever I have learned in C, I have learned by teaching, so that is there. And secondly, now we'll come to the last 25 years, correct? Because that parallelly I worked in another company, but doesn't matter, so that was part of it, okay. I'm grateful to them for a few things, but I mean, see, this is very difficult. Yeah. How do you thank somebody and leave out somebody else? You know? You will have to thank thousands and thousands of people. No? So you will have to take my word that in my heart I have thanked all the people which you thought I would thank. You know? So now we come to this IIT, sorry, this Uttara, no? This body, school body of students. They did not allow, see, these people keep on saying he's got that, I don't know, some Sanskrit words also. He's got that, what is that, far sight and distant sight. He says, motherland, I will not go out of motherland. I will not go to corporate. He will not go, and that is what I feel, we feel great. Actually, I'll tell you the truth now, That is not the reason at all. Reason is you, the school body, you didn't allow me to go. How can I go? Even if I wanted to, even if HP wanted to, even if Wipro wanted me to come there, I couldn't. I said, sir, I cannot, why? Those boys and girls are there. How can I leave them and come? See, once in at least 15 days, 20 days, there somebody gets a doubt which they can't clarify. I have to be there. Correct now. So please don't give me dollars, don't give me rupees. Because for me, I'm telling you, I have collected a lot of fees. Don't think I have not done that. I have done that. But money is money. Yeah. Money we require up to some extent, yes. Like they're saying about frugal living and some simple living and so on. So for living, we need some money. But beyond a certain point of time, the marginal returns of money is negligible. You have already got one, you take some of those people like Ambani or whatever your favorite or disfavorite name is, take, he has already got 2,000 crores. Now it is 2,100 crores. Big. What is he going to do with that another 100 crores? Correct, no? You understand? So money loses that marginal utility value beyond a certain point. Whereas the happiness that you get by this, people wanting to celebrate, they are celebrating themselves. Only thing is they have asked me to come and stand here and they keep taking photographs, So that is, I think it is immeasurable. It's priceless. Priceless. I will, in fact, the last vote of thanks is to that student body which made me stay with Uttara and not go anywhere else. Forced me to do that. I think that is what you people deserve that gratitude. You people deserve that whatever benefits. Because each of you, I was also talking of one more, the sphere of influence type of talk. Saying we go through life meeting so many people at so many different levels and relations and relationships and so on. And I have got my sphere of relationships. You got your. It just happens that yours and mine has intersected for a short duration of time in my life and in your life, right? We are just remembering that. But otherwise, each of you has got that potential. That is why you have come up, not because there is one MLA Shastri there. All of us have benefited. Like I said, I have also benefited from Uttara. I am also grateful to Uttara for being in Uttara. In fact, initially I started Uttara, 1990. 1992, I was already, not many students and expense going up and about to sort of give up type of thing. But then it improved a little bit. Then once it grew beyond a point, then I started working for Uttara. I am also one more Uttarite, So that is how I have carried on. I have not done a great job, except I have tried to teach honestly, that everybody can do that effort. And all the success stories that we heard on stage and off stage, I think they are all their individual individual efforts that they achieved, and heads off to all of them. I think as a what do you call him? The Dronacharya, you know, I love Dronacharya because he's always got one Arjun who can go and get the prize, you know. So, so Arjun who can beat him. So I want every one of you to beat this Drona. Understand? Thank you.
So we please be on stage just for.
Somebody has got a doubt here.
Yeah, I mean, I had a vote of thanks for the session, which I'm going to cut off because he cut short the session which we wanted to. But we've had song, we've had skit, we've had dance, we've had Kannada songs, we've had Punjabi songs. So we have one last special song written by a Uttarite as a dedication to Sir. Maybe in around 5 minutes, I gave a call and said, it's just 2-3 more days and I need it now. Because I've been asking him from few days and he was really busy. I kept the phone. He asked me that what should it be on? So give me the topic and I'm going to write. So I called Shashi to check what should the song be on. And by the time I cut that call, I had the audio in my WhatsApp. So I want it's Sunil Dutt. He was the writer of the earlier skit that you had seen as well. So thanks, Sunil. So all the singers who have been part of this day, I have the English version as well. So if you could come up on stage and sing the song for Sir. Archana, Ashwini, Nagraj, Krishna. Shastri.
Program is for only few more minutes. Please.
No, she reminded me, just you lot too, I interrupt you, like I do in the class all the time. She raised one question which I have to answer. Okay. Definitely. Because IIT was actually one more small experience I should have added there, but I get emotional like my father many times and forget, you know. So Bhima also forgets, you know, what he is, you know, like that. So I really forgot. So let me just say that when I went to IIT, I was the son of a poor farmer, real poor farmer, no, not really. Really, I could not go. Really, our family could not afford to send me to IIT. Let me tell you, after freeship, after scholarship, still the expense was some huge amount every month, used to be 45 rupees. But my family could not afford, I know. First year, my father sent me that money. But then I realized, I mean, he would try to send, he will do something like Harishchandra did. But anyway, then was the time my two sisters, Shantaka and Satyavati Vasant. Shantaka, every month, she had a monthly income. So I will send you monthly. Monthly 50 rupees. Then after some time I said, no, don't send 50. It's very tempting. Send only 40. Right? So 2 years she did that. So that completed 3 years. 2 more years were left. I came for vacation. I didn't have the heart to ask her to send again. And my other sister was there. Said, how much? What is that? Every month? How much? I said, no, expenses have gone up. No, it is not 40. It is 100 rupees. Then she said, how many months you have to stay there? About 8 months plus, railway charge and all that will be there. Okay, we'll do a rough calculation. 10 months per year, 2 years. Is how many months? 20 months. Multiply by 100 rupees. How much? 2,000. Only 2,000. No? Wrote a check and gave it. So I am eternally grateful to them, because that is the time that I am telling you that 40 rupees had a value that day. Today, 4 million cannot buy that value. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಅದು ಬೇರೆನಾ? ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಕ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಳು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು.
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಸರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ.
ಸೇಮ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಐ ಅಗ್ರಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಹೂಗಳು ನಾವುಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾಕದಿ ಮಿಂದೆವು ಬೆಂದೆವು. ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಹೂಗಳು ನಾವುಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾಕದಿ ಮಿಂದೆವು ಬೆಂದೆವು. ಆಸೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತು ತಂದು ಕನಸನ್ನಿಗೇರಿ ಬಂದು, ಆಸೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತು ತಂದು ಕನಸನ್ನಿಗೇರಿ ಬಂದು, ಕೆಲಸವ ಹುಡುಕಿ ತಿರುಗಲು ನೋಯುತ ಮನದಿ ಮರುಗಲು, ಗುರಿಯನೇ ಹುಡುಕುತ್ತಾ ಸಾಗಲು. ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಹೂಗಳು ನಾವುಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಪಾಕದಿ ಸೇರುತ್ತಾ ಸವಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದೆವು. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತದೆಂತೋ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪಡೆದುದೆಂತೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತದೆಂತೋ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪಡೆದದೆಂತೋ, ಅಳತೆಗೆ ಸಿಗದ ಗುರಿಯದು ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗುಣವು ನಿಮ್ಮದು, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸುವ ಧನ್ಯರು. ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಹೂಗಳು ನಾವುಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾಕದಿ ಮಿಂದೆವು ಬೆಂದೆವು. ಹಿಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಕಾಡು ನೋಟ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೂವ ತೋಟ, ಹಿಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಕಾಡು ನೋಟ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೂವ ತೋಟ. ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನಲ್ಮೆ ನೀತಿಯ ಕಂಡೆನು ಜಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಸಲು, ಸಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಹೂಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಹೂಗಳು ನಾವುಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾಕದಿ ಮಿಂದೆವು ಬೆಂದೆವು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Okay, for any program, we all know that there is a backstage. The people who never get on stage, there are people who never get a mic, but the event will never be successful without them. So I'm not talking about today's event. We talked about Uttara's 25 years. So Uttara's 25 years, we spoke about students, we spoke about sir, but there were few other administrator people who stayed there, gave the keys, gave the cassettes when we wanted, helped us connect with sir when we wanted, stayed there when we wanted to join and take our registrations. So we really want to thank them to get Uttara to this state. So sir, we really need your help to kind of acknowledge your and our gratitude for the Uttara employees.
I request Prema H, Srinivasa, Chikkanna, Gopal, Anand.
All of you who are here, please to come on stage.
Sushila, ಬನ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೆ. ತಾರೇಶ್ ಅವರು ಸರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನು ಸರ್ಗೆ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ IT ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಜಾವವನ್ನು ಪಸರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದು 2 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಡಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ.
ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ he was in IT field, he was working in SAP, a successful career, but then he thought, okay, I think I should also continue the family legacy. So he quit SAP, he has started Uttara Java sessions, which is going really successful. So we would want him to share few thoughts with us.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take only 2 minutes of yours. I don't think I'm fit to be on the stage at all. Having said that, just a couple of points as to what I have learned from my MLS. Okay, and I will end it at that. Well, you have about now got to know that we are from a very small family. My grandfather and grandmom had only about 11 kids. And right now we are about 150 strong, you know. What do you think contributes to the population of India? Okay. So now when we have so many people in our family like this, you get to witness different kinds of people. So there are 2 kinds of people I would broadly want to categorize as. One are the abnormals. Okay. Now listen to me. The other are the extraordinary. Okay. Now I am extraordinary. I'll tell you why. Okay. I believe MLS, my Dodapas, Chikapas, my brothers, they are all abnormals, okay? I am extraordinary. You know, I'll tell you why. You should listen to it carefully. Extraordinary, okay? So, I'll tell you. If at all, you know, listening to all these people, it's crazy. You for 3 hours you have listened. Throughout my life, I've been listening to all these guys, okay? Yeah. And you can imagine. See, I'll tell you, you know, we can't talk enough. Before even a question is thought of or even worded out, MLS or my Chikapas or Dodapas or everybody else, they would already have the answer, okay? It is very frustrating to grow up with people like this, I tell you. So, I'm a person who is, as it's called, extraordinary. If I open a book, I sit in front of the book for half an hour. I would be probably 1 minute of success rate, okay? Anything that I study, I forget immediately. Extraordinary. I have to read the same thing 1,000 times for me to, you know, remember about it. Extraordinary, okay? And these guys, they don't even need to study anything, okay? So they direct 4th standard it seems, okay? This is an insult, man. Abnormal people, I tell you. Yes, I am my brother's first rank, third rank CT. Namdu rank list alle illa, okay? Yeah. So I've grown up with people like this. Now, always I thought, you know, success comes to those people who are gifted, who have good IQ, genius, like MLS and my brothers, my sisters and my relatives and everybody. But then I used to actually see when he was preparing for, you know, giving the classes, even after many batches, I used to, you know, visit his house commonly, and I used to see, even in the night, he would be preparing. And what was he doing? If he was working on audio, he was cleaning up the audio late into the night. And I was like, and if he was going to go for a doubts clearing session, he would pass through his notes and then go. He has already taken classes for many years. He knows everything in and out. And yet, he used to take this, you know, extra effort to do all these things before he would go to the class. So finally, I want to tell you just 2 aspects. One is, he is a master of Unix and C, and the kind of person he is, he can teach anything. He can teach anything to anybody. He could have done Java, he could have done .NET, he could have done Scala. I mean, whatever be in technology, he can do it. But 10 years ago, when I decided, okay, I also want to do this training because somebody told me that my grandfather has passed down the genes to train. So I thought, nannallu mostly irbek. So when I decided, it is his greatness that he said, you know what, new technology, Java, you do it. He could have done Java, he could have done .NET, he could have done anything. But he allowed me to actually do this. I am really, really grateful to him. Thank you. It's not a small thing. As he said, it's very difficult to put into words. But what I do and is what I love, and it's really because of him. He's a big inspiration. That's one aspect. Second aspect is I recently got to know that there are two ways to live. Either you can live like an ant or you can live like a spider. So what does that mean? So I was trying to understand this. Somebody told me that an ant is, a creature which works very hard, right? It has to collect its food 50 times its weight. It goes everywhere. It meets other ants, and with its comb, kind of, whatever, it communicates, and, it goes the distance. It works very hard to achieve whatever success it needs to achieve. Contrast it to the spider, I say. Spider is this creature where the only thing that it does is it weaves its web. It has implicit trust in the universe that the universe will give it what it deserves, what it needs as food every day. But one thing is for sure, the way it weaves its web, it gives its best. Our MLS, I think, from whatever I have seen him, I have taken that, because I was a person who is not good at academics, who is not good at anything, and yet when I saw, even with his IQ, with his brilliance, how much of best he gives in every single thing that he does, that is my inspiration, and that is what I am trying to follow. And really, he is the spider, because he weaves his web so well that the universe can't do anything but to give the best. And I see you guys. You are literally the best. And no wonder you have come to Uttara. And really, he is Uttara. And as you were sharing pointers, he is the pointer. He is the pointer to us that we need to give our best in everything we do. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vikram.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರೇ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ್ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ತಾವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೆ ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ. ನಾನು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಉತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ 10 ವರ್ಷದ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯ ಇವತ್ತು 25ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸರ್ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸು. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಉತ್ತರ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? UTTARA, ಅನ್ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್, ಟ್ರೂಪ್ಡ್, ಅರೈವಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೆಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್. ಆಯಿತಾ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಷಯ, ನಾವು ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದೇನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಸರ್ ಫೋಟೋ ಇಟ್ಟು ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ದೇವ್ರ ಸಾಮಾನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಎಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ, ಎಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ, ಎಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ. ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋದು 3 ದೇವ್ರನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಸರ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಬೃಹಸ್ಪತಿನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಅಮಿತಾಬ್ ಬಚ್ಚನ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಬಿಗ್ ಬಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ETV ಮುಂದೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು BBB, ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್. ಆಯಿತಾ? ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಏನೇನೋ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರ, ನಾನಾ ಥರ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದು. ಬಟ್ 25 ವರ್ಷ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಂದರೆ ಇದೊಂದೇ. ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದು ಎತ್ತರ, ಇಲ್ಲ ತಂತರ ಕೇಳೋ ಮಿತ್ತರ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡು, ಹೇ ಕನ್ನಡನ ಮಾತನಾಡು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಊರು ಸುತ್ತಿ ನೋಡು, ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡು. C&D ಯುನಿಕ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಮಸ್ಸು, C++, ಕಲಿತ ಜಿನಿಸು, ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡು, ಹೇ BE ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಹಾಡು, ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡು, ಹೇ BE ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಹಾಡು. ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದು ಎತ್ತರ, ಉದಯ್ TVಲಿ ಟಾಪ್ 10, ನಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ನಂಬರ್ 1. ಹಿಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಿತಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರು, ಹೇ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪ್ಪಿ ಸ್ಟಾರು, MLS ಮೆಗಾ ಸ್ಟಾರು, ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಎಂದಿಗೂ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಿಯಂ ಸ್ಟಾರು. ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದು ಎತ್ತರ, ಇಲ್ಲ ತಂತರ ಕೇಳೋ ಮಿತ್ತರ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡು, ಹೇ ಕನ್ನಡನ ಮಾತನಾಡು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಊರು ಸುತ್ತಿ ನೋಡು, ಹೇ ಉತ್ತರ ತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡು. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ವೃಂದ, ಉತ್ತರ ಬಳಗ, ಉತ್ತರ ಕುಟುಂಬ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ್ ಅವರೇ.
ಇದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಸಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯುನಿಕ್ಸ್ನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್.
But I don't mean the kind of PhDs our Mysore kind of universities give to ex-prime ministers. I'm not talking about those. The regular, I'm talking about the regular PhDs, right? So definitely it stands apart. Question is why? What is fellow says I am a BSc. What does he know in life? He's a bachelor of science, right? He knows something in science, approximately. Not full deep. Don't ask him for too much of detail. He said I am a BCom. He knows something in commerce, I think. Probably knows what is debit, what is credit, probably, right? So he's a commercial fellow, right? MBBS, he knows something about medicine and something about surgery, right? Don't ask him about philosophy, or don't ask this MBBS fellow about some software or something. He totally not understand. B Pharma knows some pharmacology stuff. He knows what tablets, and he can read those cryptography that these doctors write now. I mean, none of us can read that. I think B Pharma's probably half their course is how to read prescriptions. So that they're doing that, right? So no questions on that. But anything else in life you ask him, he won't know also. Don't ask him, right? Whereas PhD, what is a PhD? He said, I am a PhD. Tell me his subject.
ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಾದ ಮೋಹನ್ ಅವರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ.
I just want to take 1 minute. He was telling that, I recommended him for the Unix course. All of you know that he's a genius, but that's after a couple of years. I knew that then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I would like to really keep this short. Sir has thanked all of us, including his guru, his brothers, his entire family. So let me keep this very short. ನಾವು HR ಶಂಕರ್ ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಈ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಹಬ್ಬಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. MP ಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಆಪ್ತ ಗೆಳೆಯರು. ಉತ್ತರದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ದಿನಗಳಿಂದಲೂ ಅವರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಂತು ಕೈಗೂಡಿಸಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಕಾರಣರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಸತೀಶ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇವಾಗ ತಿಳಿದೇ ಇದೆ, ಅವರು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಅಣ್ಣ. ಅವರ ಉತ್ತರದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ದಿನದಿಂದಲೂ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದು ಉತ್ತರದ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅರ್ಪಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆನ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಐ ವುಡ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ MLS ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಗೆ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಂದ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಮಂಡಿ ಅವರು, ನಮಗೆ ಲೈಟಿಂಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಂಜಿತ್ ಅವರು, ಈ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೆಸರು, ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ MC ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಅವರು ಬರ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋವಂಥ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಫೋಟೋ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾರಣಾಂತರದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ತುಂಬ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡಿದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅನಂತ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅನಂತ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಶುಭ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ.